I'm Josh Jessen, creator of the short-lived tablet version of Twister, and this is my top 10 movies for the year of our Lord 2013, Resisting Boredom. Coming in at number 10, if you were only going to see one Die Hard movie this year, it would be Olympus Has Fallen. But if you're going to see a funnier version of that, it'd be White House Down, and that makes my number 10, starring Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum as two guys who do stuff. Coming in at number 9, it's there, and it was there. It is the smash follow-up success to Joss Whedon's Avengers, Much Ado About Nothing, starring Agent Coulson. If there's one thing you can count on for a good story, it's Shakespeare, and if there's someone that's creative enough to make it more interesting, that'd be Joss Whedon, and together they made a beautiful, magic, sort of black and white movie filmed over a weekend that was actually entertaining and very clever, coming from two of some of the cleverest people that can do clever things. Ta-da! 8, begrudgingly. Much begrudgingly, Star Trek Into Darkness. It certainly was a movie that I saw, and after a little bit letting it sift in the bottom of my glass for a while, I decided it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was. It was certainly better than some of the movies that I was going to put on this list, and I think I was just really down on it being a huge Star Trek fan, but after a while I've come around and said, it's good enough to be better than White House Down. Jump Cut, coming in at number 7. Another science fiction movie that I thought was more science fiction-y, and that was called Elysium with Matt Damon and probably someone else. Jodie Foster. She was blonde and obnoxious in the movie. It wasn't a perfect movie by any means, but it was different and at least engaging, and it didn't do anything that was basically what you'd read out of any science fiction short story. That was called Oblivion, and that didn't make my list at all. At number 6 was a caper movie, and I'm kind of a sucker for those, and it was Now You See Me, which approached it from a different kind of avenue in the world of illusions, or magic, or whatever you want to call it. But stage magicians with Jesse Einsberg, Woody Harrelson, and Kenosha's own Mark Ruffalo, who wasn't actually a magician, but he's a magic person in my heart. And I thought everything was really good about the movie, very interesting, maybe a little bit, I don't think it was that much predictable, but it was just out of kind of the heist movie type stuff that goes on every once in a while. This movie I thought was pretty interesting and worthy of number 6. And then that brings us to the final 5. At number 5, we have Iron Man 3, which is the next movie coming into the Marvel's new year after Avengers, and they're setting up for Avengers 2, and this is how I started, and I thought that was a very strong movie, and kind of kept it fresh, considering this is the 3rd movie in the series, and usually around that time, things start kind of floundering. Spider-Man, or the original Batman, or Aliens. I don't know, I could keep doing this all I want, but I'm not going to because I don't have to, because Iron Man 3 was actually a really good 3rd movie in the series and a good way to kickstart the rest of Marvel's line throughout the rest of whenever they're eventually getting to the next Avengers. So there you go, number 5. And then we have number 4. At number 4, Two Guns, which was a very surprisingly entertaining movie for buddy cop. Because, I mean, I like buddy cop movies, I like a good buddy cop movie, and this one was like the buddy cop movie I didn't know I wanted. And it was very entertaining, very, like, a good action movie, smart script, well performed, well directed. Just all around Two Guns, great movie, go see it, or not, I don't care. But you should see it, actually, I do care, go watch it. Which brings us to the top 3, which was the other 7 movies. 7. I had a hard time deciding on moving the order because who cares about those, but these 3 were the ones that I was like, right away I knew these were going to be the top 3 movies, and that's because they had something I didn't think a lot of movies had this year, because I've seen a lot of movies, and that was fun. These 3 movies were just fun to watch, to think, I at least think everyone in them had fun. They were fun movies, and at number 3, that's This Is the End. This Is the End was a really smart comedy, very self-aware. I thought it was a really fun movie to watch, and it seemed like everyone involved in the project had fun doing it. It just seemed like a really fun, great comedy, good script. Funny movie, blah blah blah, funny. I say funny 10 more times. Number 2 would be Machete Kills. Machete Kills was another movie that it seemed just didn't give a shit what it was doing. Kind of like the first one, but it's kind of funny that all these like huge budget movies this year, and the movie I enjoyed, one of the most movies I enjoyed this year, was Machete, which was probably like filmed under a crackerjack budget, just fucking with people in it and explosions and sex organs and all sorts of bizarre shit that happened. It didn't give a fuck, and it was just a really fun movie to watch, and again, fun is the key. And that goes our number 1 movie, The World's End, which finishes out the Cornetto trilogy, and again, just another all-the-time hilarious. It was basically the yin-yang of movies. It was balanced as shit. It had character development, it had the comedy, it had the action sequences, it had like the emotional stuff. The movie is perfectly balanced and just there and presented to you in the most perfect time frame and package. It is probably the best movie I've seen this year. Actually, hold on, number 1 it is. So there you go. Those are my top 10 movies for the year of our Lord 2013. If you want to watch the other people's videos, that would be here. Don't forget to subscribe or like us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube's, whatever the other stuff we do. And if you want to watch the group discussion, that's right up there. So I'm Josh Jessen for Resisting Boredom, and then watch something else.
You're stupid!